Welcome to the Peak One Sports Fight Night preview presented by the Bungalow Sports Show. And that is officially the last time I'm ever going to say that. Hello, Alexis. Yes. Another week.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this is the last one of these. And then we got the live show on Saturday. And then next week will be a whole brand new show. We're gonna have whole new background and graphics and everything, and it's just gonna be gonna be the same topics, but we'll make it a little more. I'll make a rundown, say like I do for the other show. So we actually do some preparation for what we're gonna talk about, because a lot of this stuff we just we got a few little headlines and things if it's not about the fight card coming up. But we're just talking off the top of the dome. So we're just going to get a tad bit more professional next week. But
we'll just know exactly a little bit more like what bullet points we're going to hit. And that's
there won't be as much because they're like, we'll have some thoughts actually formed on the topics rather than trying to think up our response like on the air, so maybe if our brains going into the recording of the show already know what we're going to talk about pretty much, maybe we'll have some more coherent thoughts. But this is it. This is the last one of these fight night previews. Next week we'll have a new name. We'll be picking that name on the live show on Saturday, live on the Peak One Sports YouTube channel, 7 p.m. Pacific. UFC 291. We'll be watching that together. Joseph will be in here. Alexis will be in here. I'll be in here. We'll be consuming animal parts and some alcoholic beverages.
Should we like I was wondering about like communication. Like, should we be on the logged into YouTube, but so we can chat?
Oh yeah, no, that's my plan for this live show. If you're planning on tuning in, get ready. You should try to join in the live chat because we're going to have it going. And then Alexis, Joseph, and I will all have our phones right next to us with the live chat open. So, and our betting apps. And we'll be betting and conversing with anybody who would like to converse with us live. We're going to be on there. We're going to be in there. And hopefully it goes off without a hitch. I don't see why not. But anyways, enough about the live show. You'll have to tune in to get anything else out of us. But big fight card to talk about for Saturday, so we'll get in that in a minute. Headlines. What do you got, man? You had some stuff you wanted to talk about. Why don't you go first?
Well, yeah, let's go. Let's bring up Israel Adesanya is going to face Sean Strickland.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that yet. Sean Strickland instead of DDP. Because DDP's taking a little bit of time off, or at least a proper amount of time off. Yeah,
it says he's out with an injury. I guess that's correct, but I'm pretty sure it was.
If he really wanted to do a turnaround for the UFC, he could have done it. But in his camp, they're probably like, no, fuck that. The fight's always going to be there. This dude hates you.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're 100%. You know what I mean? As close to 100% as you could be.
Yeah, I don't understand because, Israel Adesanya was probably bank on we're gonna make him turn around fast. He's gonna be injured or whatever. Right. Let's do it. And he's like, no, fuck that. I'm the pride of Africa. We're gonna do this right,
I think it's kind of a perfect storm, right? Is that Sean Strickland's right there. There's a few middleweights that are kind of right there that could get a title shot because they need to give Izzy somebody that he hasn't fought yet anyways. You know what I mean? So there's been too many rematches for him. So it's
you know what the problem is? Sean Strickland can fucking piss in the pool, man. Of drinking Duplessis.
Well, and that's the thing is it does piss on the championship aspirations, but it's Sean Strickland could just pull a random, just one punch out of his hat and kind of end the night because he'll definitely get picked apart if he goes out there and just tries to bob and weave with Izzy, but he could definitely land something at any point. Yeah. And then, I guess we could do a Dricus Izzy title eliminator then. Really fuck Izzy over and make him do a title eliminator and then he loses to Dricus.
that is so UFC MO, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
like that is exactly how like it would play out, because it'd be like, but what is it like? You want to go back? Like, here's your number 2. Like, you're supposed to fight him anyways. You're gonna fight him as the champion anyways.
Right.
So why not fight him now? And then he just gets fucking starched, and he goes down to like number 4, and then retires.
Stranger things have happened in the UFC. That's for sure.
Here's what I would say about Sean Strickland is like, no matter what you say, like Izzy might win, but like Sean Strickland always fights with the pressure.
Oh yeah.
No matter what, like he's always gonna be walking you down.
He is immune to the pressure of the moment and the octagon pressure and the jitters and all that stuff. He doesn't feel that shit, and then he also doesn't let up. As much as you've punched him, you could have picked him apart for 4.5 rounds. Yeah. With 30 seconds left in the 5th round, he's still fighting with the same pressure as he was. You know what I mean? He's just one of those guys that is just a zombie that you can beat on. You have to knock him out cold. You're not going to TKO him. You know what I mean? You have to knock him out cold, like Alex Pereira did, you know?
Yeah. And he also has wrestling that he doesn't use. Like,
right.
I'm pretty sure he's going to pull, like, he's not going to Justin Gaethje it. I think he's going to, like, when he's like, okay, this is not working, the stand-up's not working, he's going to go to the wrestling, because you know that's what Drickus is going to do. Look at it like Drickus is only going to wrestle him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Drickus is one of those dudes. He's like, I don't give a shit. He's like, I won't throw one punch standing if I don't have to. I can see that dude going out there and taking Izzy down as quickly as possible. You know what I mean? And I mean, the Blachowicz outline is like, there. You know what I mean? Like it's there, and I don't see why other people won't do that. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing is Alex Pereira was a stand-up fighter, and that's who he's fought since. He hasn't fought guys that have tried to wrestle him since Jan. You know what I mean? Like they you know, even like a Rob Whittaker, like he should fucking wrestle him more. Like dude, Rob goes out there and just tries to box with him, and it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how that happens to some fighters, where it's just like you're not necessarily going to 100% beat him if you wrestle him, but it's kind of your only shot unless you're Alex Pereira.
Yeah, like I don't understand how it was. Like even like looking back at Rob Whittaker versus Drickus Duplessis, like he didn't even try to wrestle him there.
I know. Like, Whittaker kind of just. There's a point during his title run where he started just boxing, kind of like Tyron Woodley or something, you know what I mean? Where it's like you stop using your wrestling, which is kind of your most dominant feature that got you. Yeah. It was your wrestling. It's like they forget their wrestling is what made their striking so effective.
Yeah, but then like Drickus like took down Robert Whittaker and made him look like a fucking idiot. So
maybe
like,
it wouldn't have mattered anyways. But it's just I feel like that like Whittaker, Woodley, there's these certain guys whose wrestling turns them into good makes them knockout artists, because people are like, oh shit, I can't let this dude wrestle me. And then here comes an overhand, and now I'm asleep. And but then they land a couple of those overhands, and then they start thinking, well, shit, I'll just do this. I won't even take him down anymore, forgetting that it was the threat of the takedown that allowed you to land those punches. You know, so I don't know,
dude. It's like hitting those. What is it like the 2K plus parlays?
Yeah. It's just like
we're gonna fucking hit it again.
I guess before we go any further, I addressed this on the Bungalow Sports Show this week, but we need to talk about our betting, or my betting. You could talk about yours if you want, but me, it was a roller coaster of a Saturday for me. You know, we talked big about. I followed through with my UK parlay. You know, I followed through with everything, did what I said I was going to do. I made a 7-fight parlay before the card even started, put 20 on it, just like I did last time. The payout, I think, was like going to be like 13 something, you know? And I was thinking, I'm like, this is looking good, man. This is looking good. But all of the intangibles we talked about with the UK fighters last week, as far as like, even if it's an even matchup, or even if they're a little bit of a, lopsided on the skill, it's that hometown fever that gets them going, and they feed off it, and that did not happen on Saturday. That did not happen at all. And what I did on Saturday, because I didn't have any money on my books, you know what I mean? So I said Saturday morning, I was like, this is my plan. I'm going to put $100 on my books today because whatever I win this week, I'm gonna have to bet live next week, right? I'm not gonna deposit this week, lose it all, and then deposit next week. So I'm like, I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna put some money in right now and see if I can't get over 100, to bet on next week. And mission accomplished by $5.77. I put in 100 before the fight started throughout the entire card, prelims and everything. I bet the entire 100 across the whole card. I think, including fights involved with parlays and individual prop bets, I had something riding on every fight on the entire card. And when I'm betting, that's what I like to do because it makes every fight worth something a little bit more to me. Even if it's not a prop bet, if it's just I need this guy to win for a parlay. I had every fight on the whole card involved, bet the entire $100. And at the end of the night, we get to that main event. And we get to the end of the co-main, which is Meatball Molly getting her arm snapped in half by Julia Stolyarenko.
I didn't even take my own fucking advice, man.
So that was the next thing. I did my UK parlay, but the second bet I made was Alexis's hedge bet, which was when we talked last week, when you're doing these big parlays, so you don't want to kill yourself at the end of the night. Take some of the opposites in the fights where you think that, okay, this is my parlay, but this person might lose if this person does that. Take some of those hedge bets so you can, win. So Alexis last week said, Julia Stolyarenko, she's not lighting the world on fire. She's 1-4, but that one is against a huge prospect, and it was with a slick armbar, and it was quick. You know what I mean? And it just happened like that. And then the fight was over. We were both talking. Molly McCann is I got to take you down and beat the fuck out of you on the ground type of fighter. And those type of fighters get armbarred all the time. So the good hedge bet, Alexis, is like, take Julia Stolyarenko, by submission.
By submission, yeah. And
that way, if Molly loses like that and your parlay's fucked up, you still got something. And it worked kind of because
what was that? Was that like in the plus 500s, right?
I can't remember what that was. I can't do the math. I put $5 on Stolyarenko to win by armbar, and I won 22 something. So whatever that math adds up to,
I think it must be that must be like in the plus 400,
something like that. Yeah. So, by the time the Molly McCann fight started, my UK parlay was done. All my other bets were done. Right. Mm-hmm. And I was done. That was it. I was like, I'm going into this fight, and now it's like I want Molly McCann to lose because I want this armbar to happen now, and it happened real fast, and I was up from 77 cents up to 22.77.
You're like,
and now I'm like, fuck yeah! My Lithuanian sister pulled through for me, and then because I'm kind of retarded, then I'm like, okay, well, now we got this Tom Aspinall fight, and we know, other than his last fight where he got kicked in the leg and his knee gave out on him, Tom Aspinall comes out there and finishes fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it's a submission or whether it's a knockout, he's one of those guys where if there's going to be a finish, it's going to happen in the first round, right? And I had $22, and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I went back and I looked, and I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, no. I kept that 22 in there. I went back and I looked, and I had accidentally bet on Tom Aspinall. One of my hedge bets was Tom Aspinall within the first 2 minutes. Finish within the first 2 minutes. KO.
Yeah.
And I had bet $5 or $10 on it.
Whoa.
And then I looked down, and I'm like, oh, shit. I bet that twice, and I bet $5 on it. So I had $15 riding on Tom Aspinall finish in the first 2 minutes. And the first 3 minute finish was like plus 350.
Yeah.
But in the first 2 minutes was plus 450. So I was like, fuck it. I just remember thinking that. I'm like, I'm going 2 minutes. Because if he's going to do it fast, he's going to do it in like the first minute, probably. You know what I mean? That's like true. He's going to come out there and do it. So I'm like, I'm doing it. So then I got that $22, and then I got 15 on Aspinall to finish in the first 2 minutes. Yeah. And I think he finished with in a minute and 30. Because I remember getting into that 459, 458, I'm like, come on. And he was already, you could tell it was going to happen at that point because he was so much faster. He was moving better. He was pop shot. You know what I mean? I was like, okay. In my head at that point, I was like, he's going to finish this fight. But you got to do it in the next 45 seconds, bro. And bam.
I had the round one proposition. And then I had under half a round.
Okay.
That was pretty intense because like immediately 20 seconds into the match, you're fucking sweating. You're like, come on, fucking finish the fight.
Oh yeah, well, and that's what I'm saying. He came out and he was the way he was moving, the way he was bouncing around. It was already like, okay, you're gonna finish him. We see you are an athlete. He is just a big guy.
I had the submission one, which I was really hoping for the submission because that one was big.
Right.
But yeah, I got the 0.5 and the
pick your battles. Pick your battles in that one. And I saw the way he was moving, and it was just literally like that last like 10 seconds leading up to the finish. I was just like, and then like it was funny because we're sitting on the couch, and Paris thought I was done, out of money, everything was crapped out, and she was sitting next to me on the couch. We were watching the main event, and she was like talking to me about something because like in her mind, there was no bets. So it was just like, okay, whatever. He's not even really, I don't have to let him focus. Right. So like but I didn't tell her. I kept a stone face, and I was engaged in the conversation with her with my eyes kind of halfway on the screen for like the first minute of the fight. Yeah. And then once we got under 5, and it was down into the 4 minute, and I kind of turned. And then like she stopped, and then she started watching the fight, and then and she's watched a ton of fights, and you can tell when a fight's going to be finished, and you could tell this fight was going to be finished. So she starts watching, and then bam, we get that finish, and I popped up, and I was like, yeah! And she's like, what? She's like, you really wanted that guy to win? I'm like, that saved my whole day! And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, I put money on him to finish in the first 2 minutes, and it won me like 76 something, whatever the case may be. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it brought me up to 105.77. $5, so $5 on top. I got 9 something in free play for losing so much. You know what I mean? And we're on for this week. We got $116 ready to lay down on UFC 291.
Well, this one, like, for me, because I've been like running off of free plays, and like they also come with the rollover, right? So this card was so fucking crappy, and like I've been pretty decent, like up for the past couple of months of like steady building it up. That this card knocked out my rollover, and so now I'm able to like pull out all my winnings. So
it was bad, dude. Because I know,
isn't it?
It's no more Canadians, UK. If your name's not Tom Aspinall or Paul Paul Craig, like, don't ask me to bet on a UK fighter ever again, because you're on my shit list. Because other than that Stolyarenko armbar and the Tom Aspinall finish, I lost every single bet. And
I went into this like looking at these stats and like looking at like more favorable if they had more reach, if they were younger, this and that. Like I was putting the UK like, oh, they're from the UK. Like that was very dead last, dude. Dead last. Like I was looking at all attributes first, and they all fucking lost, dude.
Oh
like,
there
was a couple of them that won. I was doing straights, so like I was getting bodied in the fucking in the very beginning. But like I was still able to continue with the couple wins that I have. But like if I was doing parlays, dude, I would have been done like the first like 3 fights of the card. And well, I'm done for the rest of the day, you know.
If I wasn't like intentionally trying to make sure I had money for the live event, like I would have stopped betting after the first like 4 fights, I'd have been like, nope, we're done. This is not going well. Like, it just was one of those days, but I was determined to have something for this weekend. So sometimes you just got to put your head down. Just got to put your head down and go get through the mud, dude.
That's what I did, but I should have fucking taken that fucking Stolyarenko bet, dude.
Yeah, if you'd have done that, it would have been sweet. The only reason I did that is because you brought it up last week. I swear to God, I wouldn't have done it.
There was a point, so like there's this point like where you lose enough, and you're just like fuck, and then you go full on tilt, and you're like, I'm gonna try to fucking make this back.
Oh yeah.
So I felt that, and I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm gonna leave it alone because I have other bets going on that I already placed, and like, you know, if I win at least 2 of those, 2 or 3 of them, which I won 3, I'm gonna be okay. Right. And so, but dude, oh man, that was so like,
it is. It's like,
that was so easy.
The reason when I say, like, when people are like, how do you forget a bet you placed? Like, when I say I forgot the Tom Aspinall finish bets, and the reason I did it freaking twice by accident is because it was probably mid card, and I was in that moment of just panic and anger,
just like tunnel vision,
where I was just like, okay, it was at that breaking point of like, do I stop or do I just fuck it and just blow this whole 100 just because whatever, I put it in today, let's just do it and see what happens. I was in that panic mode, and I probably was like putting together a parlay. And then in my searching, I saw the finish prop, so I like clicked on that, and then like I placed a bet, and then I go back, and then I was probably like, oh yeah, I was gonna place that finish bet, and then I place it again, not realizing that I already, you know, I was just in that you'll see it at the live event if you tune in.
I've done that so many times, and like usually those are the ones that always win for me.
I know. I was gonna say that too, is I've done that a couple times, and it's always somehow worked out.
There was a big one where I was like, dude, what is it? It was with Makachev and fucking what's it? I want to say Gabe Green. It's not Gabe Green, right?
Yeah.
He's fighting this
Bobby Green.
Dave Green.
But he's changed his name to King.
So what is
he changed his name to his nickname.
Yeah.
Now he's just King Green.
King Green. But anyway, like that fight, I remember like 2 weeks before that, when they announced like that Bobby Green was going to take that fight,
right?
I took Makachev first round prop that was on my bookie, which like if you notice, like we do 2 books because Bovada has better propositions.
Yeah,
like
there's more options in the props,
good paying propositions,
and they have like
just going like straight money line bets.
Right.
If you're going straight money line bets, you know my book is better.
Yeah, they have like, but Bovada has like detailed prop bets, the ones that I like my bookie doesn't have
juices flowing. That's what they got.
Like, my bookie would not have had the Tom Aspinall within KO within the first 2 minutes. It would have just had a Tom Aspinall finish, you know what I mean, or Tom Aspinall first round finish or whatever. It wouldn't have got detailed and bumped those odds up for that 2 minutes. Like so you gotta spread your money around a little bit to get some fun ones going on.
But anyways, like, so I took a first round prop, which was like super plus, like I think it was like 2 weeks out or something,
right?
And it was still really high. Forgot about that bet, and then I remember I went full tilt and like, fuck it, you know, like I have like $50 left. We'll throw it on.
Put it all on Makachev.
2 minutes before the main event, I put it on there. And I was like, yeah, I put it all on Makachev round 1. And I remember I texted you that day. I was like, dude, I might not have anything to bet after this day. And then he like starches him in the first round. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, dude.
And then I realized I had the second bet like 2 weeks ago.
Right. And it's a double payout, dude. Well, so that's like I'll do that.
Even better. Like, oh shit.
I'll do that sometimes, like in the middle of a card. Like I say, like a lot of times, I will, right before the card starts, I'll go through and place some bets that I don't want to forget about placing. You know what I mean? Like I want to, before the card starts, I want to lock in whatever odds are there, because especially on the main fights, odds tend to change as the fight gets closer. You know, hours leading up to minutes leading up, they'll change the odds around. So like I'll place bets before, and like I said, maybe it's like a main event like that. Makachev fight is like the perfect storm, or this Aspinall fight was like the perfect storm, where you know these guys are going to finish. Right? The only gamble is, like, is it going Yeah, is it going to be in the first round, or are they going to feel him out and play with their food a little bit and then finish him early in the second? Or could they have finished him 2 minutes into the fight, but the other guy hung on and dogged it out, and they finished him right at the end of the first round? Like, it's just a timing thing. They're going to finish. And all, like, place a bet on that fighter to win or that fighter to finish, whatever my bet is. But then as the fight card goes on, if I lose a bunch and I got a little bit of money left, I'll place that, and I'm still confident in that main event fight. I'll put the same exact bet, just bet it again 3 hours later, because it's like, now fuck it. Like, I've lost everything, but I know this guy's gonna win, so I'm just putting all the rest of it on there, and I'll have 2 or 3 of the same bet with different money amounts, just based on how I was feeling about it. UFC's finally allowing Chael Sonnen back in the mix. He's going to be on the analyst desk, not like calling the fights, but the pre, post, and between fight desk. They're letting him back in there. So Sonnen's always interesting. He'll have some good sound bites, I guess. What else we got going on?
Was there beef going on? Like, what?
I just feel like anytime
why he wasn't there.
I don't know. I just feel like Chael Sonnen's always either somebody's best friend or somebody's biggest enemy at any given moment. So it's like you never know. But I want to, for some reason, I don't think there was like beef, but they did get rid of him, and then he definitely got way more famous to casuals since they got rid of him, just because of his podcast and everything else, and he's like the king of headlines. So now they're letting him back in, probably trying to get some of his shine.
Probably, I guess, because he is leaking kind of some stuff that shouldn't be like leaking,
Yeah, he's definitely the leak master. He's clickbait guy for sure.
Speaking of analysis, what is it? You got Pat Militech's coming out of retirement.
Pat Militech to fight, fighting Mike Jackson.
Yeah,
he's the guy who was like, is he still a report? Is he still a journalist? Like, I don't know. I don't read his shit. Like, wasn't he the guy who was like a journalist?
Okay, so like I was so dumbfounded because I was like, why is this dude, like, he's 57, like, why is he going back to fight? Why is he doing that? He lost his commentating job to LFA for being at the January 6th riot or whatever when they stormed the Capitol, because he was posting on his social media.
Shut the fuck up! That's hilarious, dude. So he's got to come back. He's got to make that paper, dude.
And I was like, I was like, dude, like, why is he like? I was like, if you never seen Pat Militech fight, like, him from like being the color commentator with Michael Chavello with the Axis fights and all that stuff.
And these days, just like real low level commentating, LFA and things like that.
Yeah. So he was in LFA, but I was like, why is this dude like fighting again? Like, and he's not like back in the UFC. It's not Bellator. It's not one. It's like some like regional circuit. So like he's not getting like that much. Like, so like
dude,
this dude's fighting for pennies, coming back. I
mean, he Pat Militech. It's like
January 6th thing. Fucks you, man.
It does. Oh, it's fucked a few people. That's for sure.
You don't want to talk about Stipe versus John Jones for a little bit, or?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
or
Stipe versus John Jones.
I feel like people are discounting Stipe right off the bat, like totally discrediting him.
I think so, but that happens every time somebody fights John Jones,
Yeah. Like everybody, well, I think like I don't know, but man, people forget a lot, because like Stipe has like a lot of finishes. He's very well rounded. I don't know.
Right.
I feel like Stipe might actually bring the fight to John Jones, and everyone's just ready for John Jones
fight to everybody, dude.
Everybody thinks it's going to be like Cyril Gane again, and John Jones is going to come and just work Stipe in the first round. Yeah, like
I mean,
don't know, like,
we'll see.
I feel like he's the first one to beat Francis, like, and like beat him so bad that he didn't throw a punch against Derek Lewis. So
right,
yeah, like,
well, I mean, time will tell with that one for sure.
Yeah,
because it's like we'll see what state both of them are in by the time that fight comes around. Yeah, Stipe is one of those guys who's never got the proper, credit just because he's unassuming. His style's not super flashy. It's just high pressure and whatnot. And
yeah.
And John Jones is John Jones. So it's like the perfect opportunity for Stipe to come out and be like, nope, I'm the heavyweight GOAT. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think everybody is expecting it to go just like the Cyril Gane fight. John come up, pressure him against the fence, put him in a fucking choke, and ends the night. But that's not going to happen. John may end up winning by submission. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That may be the way the fight ends. It's probably a likely end to the fight, but it's not going to just be a steamroll like it was Cyril Gane.
Yeah, like Stipe has a very good chance of like knocking him out. Like,
yeah.
Stipe can knock you out on the back foot. Like, he can wrestle back. So like, yeah, like I'm really excited for that fight. I mean, like, hey, if Stipe wins and then he retires, that'll be amazing because then that pisses in John Jones's pool.
That would be cool. Be like, I beat you, got my belt back. Here's the belt back.
Yeah,
because I think that's what John's trying to do. I think John's trying to beat Stipe in New York, in his home state, and then retire. That's what I think.
But I feel like he still can like make a run. Like if he's
he definitely can. Yeah, but I don't think
that.
Because I think he just wants to be done, and I think everybody. I mean, if you're a real MMA head, you can probably consider Stipe the GOAT at heavyweight, right? Just because of his resume and how he's beat people and the people he's beaten and losing the belt, getting it back. Like, that's a rare feat. You know what I mean? Like, all this stuff, he's arguably the GOAT at heavyweight. John is like, okay, here's in Madison Square Garden. Let me beat the heavyweight GOAT, become the heavyweight GOAT, and then retire in my home state. I think if John wins, that's how it goes. I think if John loses, I think he's got such a big ego, he fights again because he's definitely not going to go out on a loss. But we'll see. It should be interesting. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Yeah. UFC 291. What's up? We're gonna run through these prelims, mention them all. We don't need to get in depth in all of them. Just I want everybody to hear this whole fight card because I want everybody to tune in and watch with us. And as far as women's flyweight bouts go, one of the coolest watches in women's flyweight, Miranda Maverick, is kicking this whole thing off.
Fuck that. Take the dog.
If that's what Alexis feels like, but yeah, Miranda Maverick, Priscilla Cachoeira, not too well versed on old Priscilla. Miranda Maverick has lost me some money, lost Alexis some money, but whether she wins or loses, just don't bet on that one, and it'll be entertaining for you.
Priscilla is she's called the Zombie.
Okay.
Zombie. She'll fucking eat shots and just fucking lay shots. Like,
okay.
She has won.
So maybe like a Miranda Maverick gas out because she gasses herself out trying to finish this chick, and then this chick just comes back and just bombs on her.
Yeah, like she literally won one of her fights. Like she ate every single shot to the face, and then dropped one elbow and split the other girl's face open, and then she won the fight. Like one elbow won her the fight.
So there you go. That has potential for some fireworks, and that's kicking it off. Early prelims. It says here, UFC Fight Pass. Does that mean as a ESPN Plus owner, I don't get these? That would really piss me off because it's like, so you're asking?
No. They have them on there. It's when they air, like you'll see like two little areas where it says like early prelims. And then these are regular prelims.
No, these ones it says but we'll see because it usually says all the things it's on. It says UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah,
and I don't know. We'll see.
I've seen. I'm pretty sure it'll be on ESPN Plus.
It fucking better. Because Fight Pass is one of those things that of all the money I spend on watching sports, I refuse to get UFC Fight Pass. I refuse. Let's see. Moving on. Early prelims: Matthew Semmelsberger, Uros Medic, Medic probably. He's Serbian.
Semmelsberger, dude.
Semmelsberger's a beast, dude. He's a 190 favorite. So if you're planning on betting on that one, I'd go Semmelsberger all the way. But you know, this guy's from Serbia, so he might be bad news. You never know. It's fucking Serbians, dude.
Yeah, we'll probably hedge that one. What kind of samba this guy working with, you know?
Yeah, maybe do a little research on Uros.
Yeah.
But yeah, Semmelsberger, all things being equal, he should probably run through that fight. He's one of those guys you should see on a main card here pretty soon. What do we got coming? CJ Viraga versus Vinicius Salvador. What do you got on these guys? This is flyweight bout.
I like Vergara's pretty much like it's like a favorite thing. Like Matthews,
right? He's a 160, so it's almost a pick 'em.
Yeah. One Kopylov. Mm-hmm. That one should be a good one. I mean, he should. Showcase some good wrestling.
You blasted right past Jake Matthews, Darius Flowers. Jake Matthews.
I just said Matthews. I was going to take Matthews.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Matthews, definitely going to take Matthews. He's one of those Australian bad boys. And Darius Flowers seems like he might just be food. Might be cannon fodder for Jake Matthews.
I can't get with your last name, dude. Like change your last name.
Roman Kopylov, Claudio Ribeiro. Both dudes are legit fighters, but Kopylov understandably is a minus 220.
Wait, Claudio's the dude from Contender Series that has that fucking what is it? His girlfriend as a corner that looks like.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes,
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Does he? Well, she's a female, dude. So instead of giving her Dwayne Dog Chapman, at least give her Beth Chapman because they both kind of look the same. Dog and his wife, they had the same haircut.
Looks like fucking Dog.
She looks like Dwayne.
She looks like Dog the Bounty Hunter, dude. She's just missing the beard, dog.
Yeah.
Just the only thing is that the way he wins is kind of scary because he can be counted out and then all of a sudden just like he whiffs you and fucking out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Kopylov. I think he takes this one handily. But we,
yeah,
it's hard for me to go against Russians.
All right, I'm still going with Kopylov because homie is punches. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get out of my head on this one. Okay, Kopylov.
Yeah, we're still in the prelims, dude. Next prelim fight, man. They did Derek Lewis dirty, dude, in a few different ways here. One, you got him on the prelims. He's a big name.
Yeah.
He's a fancy. He's a fan favorite. He's ranked top 15 still. You put him on the prelims, but then you don't even give him the main fight on the prelims. And then also you make him fight in Salt Lake City at altitude. We remember what happened the last time Derek Lewis fought at altitude. And it was one of the most boring heavyweight fights of all time. And up against a guy like De Lima, who, I mean, he's no slouch, but I don't think he's a cardio animal.
No.
This has all the makings to be a boring slog of watching two giant men just lay on top of each other for 15 minutes and sweating in each other's mouths and breathing heavy, or standing up with their hands at their sides, stumbling around, just so tired that all they can do is muster up an overhand right every 45 seconds. Why they got to do this to my boy Derek Lewis, man?
Yeah, dude. So yeah, I was gonna mention it is in Colorado,
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Utah. Utah. Yeah, dude. if Derek Lewis doesn't win by decision, De Lima wins by decisions. So, like, yeah, like I don't know why they're counting out or doing him dirty this way, because like I think Lewis still has a lot.
Well, he's one of those guys that, like, but you let that guy fight on the main card till he's out of the UFC, because it's just like people love seeing him fight, and he's one of those guys that at any moment he could turn a projectively boring fight into an exciting one by knocking somebody's lights out. You know what I mean? So it's like you give him a guy like De Lima who's gonna probably lay on top of him and just jiu-jitsu him for 15 minutes because they're both gonna be so tired that neither of them can finish. And like you said, both of them have been decision masters lately, so it's like this is not a good fight to bet on.
Okay, never mind. Okay, hold on. Okay, because I didn't know Lewis lost to Sergey Spivak too.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Because I knew he lost to Sergey Pavlovich. Like, everyone's going to lose to Pavlovich. Tai Tuivasa, like, he's new guard. Like, he's got young chin still. You know? But Spivak, dude, like, that's like fucking Cletus, Russian Cletus, man. Like, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, hey,
he's up there. Like, if top cream of the cream should be able to like destroy Spivak.
I'm just saying, let Derek Lewis fight in Las Vegas against somebody who will just stand up and just wing rock'em sock'em robot punches at him, and let the chips fall where they may.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take Lima, dude. Like, this
me too. If I was to bet on this,
because like Lima has a ground game. I mean, but Derek Lewis has that he could just stand up. Like, he's the only fighter that like literally just gets up off the floor.
I just had a vision, and it was a vision of Marcos Rogerio de Lima winning by arm triangle, because Derek Lewis is on his back. He's so tired that De Lima just kind of Derek Lewis just shifts his body a little bit, and he gets that head under his tricep and just kind of puts himself in an arm triangle, and then taps out before it's even like tight all the way, because Derek Lewis is just like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah.
So I just had that vision. So I may be betting on De Lima by sub in that one. Okay.
Yeah,
prelim,
I think that's a good one to take.
Prelim main fight, featured fight on the prelims, Gabriel Bonfim versus Trevin Giles. Trevin Giles is a heavy favorite in this one. And, I mean, heavy is relative. We all know that. But he's a minus 315 is what I'm seeing. And Gabriel Bonfim is a plus 260. So, I mean.
You know what? Giles, I don't... Every time Giles has been like on my radar, someone else is like just starching him.
Right. Well, and that's the thing with Gabriel Bonfim.
Fighter, man.
I mean, being a dog, I feel like that's a good dog bet right there. Is Bonfim by knockout?
If he was undefeated and a favorite, maybe Giles has it. But I think the odds that Giles is, I'm not. That's too risky for that. He hasn't been like on a streak.
Right. Moving on, main card. This is when you're going to tune in with us. We're going to be watching these live with you on the Peak One Sports YouTube channel. First fight should be a good one. Michael Chiesa versus Kevin Holland, welterweight bout. Kevin Holland seems to have found his home at welterweight, and he's going to stay there. And Chiesa is that old guard. And he's ranked number 12. He keeps falling. Kevin Holland, I think, has taken that number 12 spot from him.
I'm off for Chiesa, dude.
So you're on Chiesa for this one, huh?
Yeah. Kevin Holland doesn't have a fucking ground game to save his life, dude.
That's true, man. And I thought he did at the beginning of his career. You know what I mean? And then it just kind of just never showed itself. You know what I mean? I think it was just against the lower level competition that he was just running through. It seemed like maybe he had a well-rounded game, but ever since he's been at the top, just been getting dominated in the wrestling and jiu-jitsu. You changed my mind. You changed my mind, dude. Chiesa by sub.
Yeah. And he's a dog. Like, it's perfect.
Chiesa by sub. That's a good. Oh my god. Oh, we're gonna be betting. Man, we're gonna be betting on this. All right. Next up, this is an old dog matchup. We got Tony Ferguson, this Captain CTE versus versus King Green over here.
King Green.
And I mean, King Green Bobby Green's a 375 favorite to a plus 285 for Ferguson, which seems about right. Unless like Tony Ferguson just shows us he just like, I'm not done yet. You know what I mean? But I doubt it.
I'm going to be the crazy one here. I'm taking Ferguson. I know.
Oh yeah, I love it. No, you don't have to. You go ahead, convince the people. You don't got to convince me. I love it.
All right, like everybody knows the Harvard thing was fake. Homie's got a DUI. Like he's got some bills to pay.
You're right.
You know, like come on. He's gonna come out. Not necessarily gonna be like the striker, but he's probably gonna just take him to the ground and probably submit him.
Right. Okay. I mean, it's either Bobby Green by KO or Tony Ferguson by submission.
But he can also KO like Ferguson can also KO Bobby Green like
with some elbows.
Happens every once in a while. So
all right, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Michelle Pereira, whatever Brazil name. This should be an exciting stand-up fight. Michelle Pereira is always ready to go, but I see Stephen Thompson just point fighting the shit out of him and then softening him up and KOing him.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of big movements. What is it? Pereira's a capoeira guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Pereira might surprise everybody and pull out some jiu-jitsu skills against Thompson, man, because that's his path to victory if he wanted to do it. I don't know. I'm still going like it's at altitude. Stephen Thompson, that's his area of expertise. Like
the gas tank.
The gas tank might get him to decision. I'll go with Thompson.
I think that's the safe
There's not
bet.
really much else I could say.
And then I didn't even realize until I just looking at them one after another here is we got another Pereira. We got Alex and Michelle on the same fighting one right after another. Alex Pereira versus former light heavyweight champ Jan Blachowicz. And this is a pick'em, boy. This is just a pick'em.
Oh man, this one.
Yeah, this is in my opinion, in my humble opinion, like Jan beats Alex if he just does the same blueprint, same fight as he did against Izzy. I think it happens.
The other thing is that I'm pretty sure this fight's not going to go that long.
Do you think it's going to be a quick finish? You think Alex is going to knock him out then? That's what you mean?
I think Alex. Yeah, I think what they're probably doing is they're probably going to be training for the wrestling transition for the shoot or whatever.
How to stay standing.
Knee, Alex can throw. Yeah, Alex can throw a knee. There could be a. I don't know. Like the longer it goes, it's more for Blachowicz to win. Like if you look at it like all attributes and like younger fighter, he's tall, and I guess I got to look at like leave it up to like when they weigh and see how they look at each other.
Yeah. I mean, I'm leaning that way too because also I want to see Alex fight for the light heavyweight title. I would like to see him make quick work of Jan. And you know what, Jan, you had your belt, you had your time, but I think you're about done, Jan.
Yeah, you're fucking old, dude. Beat it, nerd.
Right, beat it, old man. All right, and then
although like he has one of the most fucking craziest like pre-fight rituals where he fucking holds on to a fucking noose that he found in the woods from someone who like
this crazy pull of shit.
So crazy.
Main event. This one's going to be a bloody mess. Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. We got Dustin versus Justin, number 2 versus number 3. This is a rematch. this just has brutality written all over it because these guys fought once. Dustin Poirier came out on top, but it was a bloody mess. Fight of the year, I believe.
Yeah.
And now it's the same fight, but you've got the added "I need to get you back" from Justin Gaethje, just added, right, sprinkled on top. So I feel like it has a chance of being even more insane than the last fight. And I can't wait because this is one where I don't care. I mean, I'm probably gonna bet on it, but I don't care who wins. I'll only care because of the money. I like both these guys. I like both their styles. They both seem like decent dudes. They don't take themselves too seriously. My kind of MMA guys right here.
Like I would take the over 2.5 rounds.
Yeah, I think that's the safe bet on this one is the over 2.5 rounds because I mean, unless you could just bet on somebody getting KO'd, I wouldn't bet on who's going to finish who because it literally is a coin toss in my opinion.
Yeah, like if there was a prop that's like and match ends in KO and it's just that's what it is. Like
right.
Yeah.
I think you're right there. Just take the over.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, like I'm pretty torn because like I think Poirier is a better fighter, but going back and watching the fight, like Gaethje was fucking him up in the beginning, man.
He was, and that's the thing is like
Gaethje was fucking piecing him the fuck up, dude.
So I would say if you're adding this fight into a parlay, I think the safe bet there is Poirier because I think if it goes longer than the first round, I think Dustin Poirier has the upper hand. I think having one before and then just if it gets past that first round and you need to put one of these guys in a parlay, put Dustin. But if you're just doing a one-off bet, I say take the over and then maybe take Justin for a KO TKO finish. I don't know, like because like you said, if he finishes him fast, Justin was jacking him up in that first fight for the first most of the first round. But again,
here's the thing, like if he can recreate that beginning, like with the inside leg kick and just start fucking just piecing it and then take him down and submit him.
Right. But he's not going to do that.
Yeah, that's true. Like, like it's wishful thinking.
If there's one, if I could bet, and the problem with that, it's just like we said about everybody else. It's like, he's a great wrestler too. He's a great wrestler, but it's just like, he's going to go out there and want to put on the same type of performance as they did last time. And if there was a prop of Justin Gaethje not taking a shot or not going for a takedown, I would take that because he's just not going to do it. He is going to try to knock Poirier's head off, and Poirier's going to try to knock his head off. And then if Poirier gets a little rocked or something, he may go for a takedown. I just don't see Justin Gaethje going for a takedown. I think he could win the fight if he did, but he's not going to.
Yeah, because like I mean, like what is it? Poirier's fucking infamous finishes of Rene Kachok, man. Like, you get him pretty much like bell runged enough, and like he can take him down. And that's wishful thinking, but I think Poirier does win. I think it goes late into the third round. But I'm not really looking on taking a side. Like I'm gonna be looking at those like most significant strikes landed or whatever.
Oh, there you go. Those are good props to get in. Get into the little minutia props on this fight. Don't try to pick a winner because this is about as close to a coin toss as you get in the UFC. Is this fight right here? But that's a good thing because it's not guys that are going to give you a stalemate version of that. They're going to give you a freaking bloody mess of a stalemate.
I'm looking like that's a very safe thing for me to take on. So I can like watch this fight and enjoy it instead of saying like being halfway through the fight like Gaethje, motherfucker,
I hate you, piece of shit. No, it just
fucking from Colorado can't even fucking wrestle without.
Just take the over, buddy, and then that way, 2 minutes and 30 into the second round, you're like, all right, We're home free now. But all right, everybody.
Yeah,
that's UFC 291. That's what we're watching live. Alexa's going to be in studio. Joey's going to be in studio. You guys, we're going to be on the live chat. Get in there. It should be a fantastic, fun afternoon of fights.
It should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be cool, man. I haven't watched.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited.
I haven't watched fights with friends in a while. I'm Alexis and I are just hermits who watch them alone and just text each other our outrage. So this way, you guys will get to see it live. This way, you'll get to see the live outrage and the panic bets and the things like that. So hopefully that all comes through as entertaining. But yeah, Saturday.
I'll let it go for one night. I'll go full tilt if I have to.
Right. Saturday, June 29th, 7 p.m. Pacific, UFC 291. Buy it, steal it. I don't care what you do. We're law-abiding citizens here, so I will be buying it. Not because I'm afraid of the law, but I just don't want it to I don't want it to buffer while we're doing a live show.
To streaming it, I'll have it streaming on my phone while you're paying.
You'll refuse. You'll refuse to watch my bot version of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch.
Not doing it, dude.
The 5-second delay one and be like, "Nah, dude, this is fine."
No, I'm buying it so we don't get any buffering and we don't get any we don't get any. I'm already going to be panicking with my bets. I don't want to be panicking with the stream, so let's keep it all above board. But all right, everybody, thank you, Alexis. Another good week.